that's not what I want. So let's take a look. That's the story. So I wanted to go down here, get the filth buckets, and then work on him. I don't know how to get there though. Excuse me. This way. And we get this signed. What the? Shooting filth in a barrel. Barrels filled with a thick, oily substance lies close to a dark well. The contents seem to cause erratic effects on all life and unlife on the island, and they warrant investigation. Go to the top of the... Oh. That was kind of awkward, though. Okay, numbers are normal now. They're not... I think it was just that camera position. It's just that camera angle. Okay. What? What's that? Go back down? Oh, okay. Destroy barrels. God, come on, game. You can't even... Get annihilated. Gathering this volatile substance in barrels and placing them along the path traveled by the innocent is a dangerous practice. It alters the intended chain of events. Your destruction of the barrels is a step towards reinitiating the astral order. You are true to the will of the dragon. Only those who understand the nature of chaos, of cause and effect, of construction through destruction, should be allowed to blow on the dice when they are in motion. And we should try to find out who is walking in on our grass. Oh yeah, I have to upgrade this. It's gonna take a bit. Alright. All of this is done. We'll go over here to San Greg. Alright. What do we got? Okay, Snipe said zombies from atop the high house. Helping him on the ground could lead to some interesting insights into zombie behavior.
"99 filthy undead on the wall. 99 filthy undead. If one of them filthy undead were to fall." 99 filthy undead on the wall.
Just they keep
The
coming.
movies lied. They can take one to the head and keep on ticking. The dead keep rising, the buzz fades. Every day it's the same thing. Drink, shoot, right, shoot, drink. Like a hamster on a wheel. Around and around we go. Do you ever do that? Keep going when it serves absolutely no purpose? When it's already clear you're not making any kind of difference? A reasonable man might say, this isn't working. I gotta change things up. He would do things differently, look for a way to break the cycle, find a way to give those things closure, instead of being stuck in this endless grind. But I write for a living. I make millions repeating myself. What's your excuse?
Oh, Sniper got back up. So he wants us to go get layers.
Quick access inventory
Oh.
updated.
Okay. Oh. Alright, that's another one down. I got another one. Luminous high roller. Oh, that's the double barrel. That's the one that's like... Yeah. Oh, okay. Just... Take this out, man!
Quick access inventory updated.
Wow, he didn't even shoot.
Quick access inventory updated.
Oh, selecting corpse count. Lure? Use corpses to lure the zombies over the bluff. What? Gonna see some fun times now. I don't know how to move it. I don't know how to move the telescope. Left or right. Wow. This is... I don't know what's going on. Where's my cursor? Oh, now it's working. Hold on. I don't know what happened there. That was just... Kill the dark well. You mean that thing we could have did from the start? Who is Sam Craig to question the purpose and reason for the very wheel of life? Only a fool would willingly seek to break the circle. Consequently, Sam Craig is a fool and not worth listening to. The undead have an equal part to play. It is for us to find out what that part is, not to attempt to remove them from the equation. Your detailed report is appreciated. The black pools appear to multiply. Sightings are becoming increasingly frequent. We are gathering as much information as we can on the phenomenon. Change is good, but too much change, too fast is not. No, we can't use that one. We need a,
Critical empowerment results.
Yay. The heck? Oh, what the frick? I mean, if I want to, I could run the dungeon a few times to get, like, the gear set. I mean, whoa! I've lost 10,100 frames. When and how? That's not cool. I hope that was during the hour that I was taking to eat. 'Cause that's not cool at all. Life imitating art. Horror author Sam Craig's worldview and his opinion of the secret world is as bleak as his best-selling novels. Is the man unkind muse reacting to the events of Solomon Island, or was he predicting them all along?
You know, you're just like one of my characters. You love evil. You don't run from it. You don't try to avoid it. You welcome it. You crave it. You invite the pain and you cherish the suffering. You dive right into the filth and you make no attempt to wash it off. And when you finally climb back out, it doesn't matter how bad it smells, how the stench and the taint cling to you. You just can't wait to dive back in. Like a dope fiend hankering for a fix, you don't want it to ever end. You need it.
No.
Your entire identity, your raison d'etre, is at stake. Think about it. Who would you be? What would you be without this? Without your precious war on evil, without your secret world, your sacred brotherhoods, your ranks and titles and rituals. You'd be just another rat stuck in the race with a dead-end job, living for a paycheck and the weekends. One long booze-soaked downhill slide towards the dark and cold grave.
Like you?
But you probably believe in what you do. Believe it's right, that it's good. You soak in it so others don't have to. You take one for the team. You bend over and spread your legs and let the darkness inside.
Excuse me.
And somehow you justify it all with utilitarian pragmatism. You're a bona fide American hero. Get the hell out of here. Go find an abyss to jump into. Go soak yourself in filth. Maybe it'll be different this time. Maybe you'll save them all. Maybe you'll finally find some goddamn peace. Some closure. You're just like every single character I've ever written.
That's why your stories sound so boring and dull.
Page 1.
God. An intense sense of dread slowly overcome him as he watched the savage coast beneath, and the monstrous shadows of the cold, flickering light from the old lighthouse. You could see them coming in from the sea, slimy and ancient beings from the most terrible nightmares, waking from their cold graves in the deep and slowly walking to the shore. This time, the time has finally come, and Jonah started to laugh hysterically to himself. Fear and wonder, he thought, fascination or plain insanity. Then he ran out to greet his endeavor. This is bad. That is bad writing. I'm sorry. He's a bad writer. He literally turned his character into what it sounds like a psychopath who rebels and gets off on fighting evil, and it's like, no. That's the worst thing you want to make a character do. A good character development, in my opinion, is someone who hates doing this, who doesn't want to do it in the end. But he doesn't have a choice in the matter, because if you don't do it, somebody else has to. And who knows if they could even do it right. So why take that chance? Why don't you just do it yourself and then make sure the results are right? You guys okay? You guys having fun? I've never seen that before. Looks like there's been a disagreement. I know that the hulking zombie is from the filth. They're being created by the filth, so that means that they don't like the filth, I don't think. There's actually a couple of games I wanted to get, but that I wanted to actually play. I would have played them this week, but I realized I didn't have the money for any of it, so I was like, that's fine. There is one game I was able to get a hold of, but we're gonna hold on to it for Halloween. Oh, we did it. Hang on. Find the rusty ship. Let me refresh the shipwreck. Undead, Chapter 3. Allison just ran, refusing to look back. It was like one of those dreams she used to have as a child where she was being chased. She would run and run, but the harder she ran, the slower she was going. Until the beast would catch up and she would wake up screaming in a cold sweat. She could hear them now, catching up with her as she approached the cliffs. She stopped, heaving for breath, finally turned around. There they were, and this was no dream. The dead had risen from their graves, and now they were out for blood. Allison was all alone. It was do or die. If she could only reach the old junkyard, she might be able to find a car or get out of here. Interesting. Find the junkyard nearby. Oh. The Resident Horror? Now it's just like you're just stealing from like Resident Evil and things now, man. Resident Horror? George glanced over at Elsa and contemplated his misfortune. Would the world ever give him a break? He shook his head and felt like crying. Just like him to run out of gas in the middle of nowhere. Just like her to not be amused. He stepped out of the car and looked around, hoping to find a miracle. It was getting dark and a cold wind was sweeping through the damp forest. A loud click. Were they not alone? Other cars around them, rusty and broken down. A graveyard of cars. A loud click. An engine coughing to a start. A light in the old barn. He spun around as Eliza screamed. The barn, he thought. They had to make it to the barn. What barn? The Resident Horror. That was just a machine. The barn. We gotta get to the barn. You know, the place where where technically all the killers would be hanging out in the end. Oh. Oh, that was nice. I was actually expecting a bunch of monsters in here. There it is, Revenant. That's probably what's gonna be in here. Marked. In the shadow of the sparking flame inside the old barn, he started the ritual. The virgin blood, the ancient symbol. He slowly started reciting the sacred text, careful to keep his rhythm even and his voice firm. Towards the end, he let his voice rise to a crescendo, closed his eyes and tilted his head back, arms raised towards the realm of the old gods. Exhausted, he sank to his knees and looked up to magnificent creations. It was his masterpiece. At last, finally, he would keep his promise to his master. The old house on the bluff was marked. The trail of blood would never stop. Examine the rune on the barn door. But that was the barn door. Oh, there's... Oh. Wait. Oh, is it on the inside? Hang on. There it is. Let's get it. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that was... Survived the barn attack. What have you done? Oh, you think I'm afraid? I'm not impressed. Go to the abandoned house near the lighthouse. This is really like... Examine the draft. Oh, these are the pages. These are the pages that were scattered about. Hidden World Draft. When all the dreams have been dreamed and all the whispers whispered, you're left with nothing but one thing. Everything is true. The living dead stalk the night, but the flames of hell burn bright. There is no dream, and the voices are not in your head. Only the chosen ones can deliver the world from this evil. Only the children of the bees have the power to clean up the filth and light the torch that would illuminate this hidden world. So the corrupted secret world are... One of us. Maybe. There might be a dragon, it might not be. Read between the lines and see the pattern. The writer writes for himself what he knows to be true. Each time he rewrites himself closer to that truth, he thinks himself master of events, though he is a servant to them. For the sequence of events are predetermined. The sequence of responses to them are not. Read between the lines and see the decisions made and the decisions not made repeating. Infinite, like fractals. We do not protect. We do not predict. We explore possibilities. It is not the dragon's purpose to control the world, but to free it from controlling influence.
Fermented. Faction rank increase.
Now
New
combine
weapon
two
to
max
decay.
levels of site to create a higher. Oh yeah. Right. You are now a what?
글자는 이름을 만들죠. 이름은 의미가 없어요. 이름을 지은 이는 없어요.
Yeah. So yeah. More. Oh. I see this is gonna be a thing all night. Maybe. The network's being weird. I hope this doesn't happen on Halloween because I will be so I would be really annoyed because Halloween is important. The game I want to play is. I've been interested in playing it a long while, and the full completion of it is out at last. Crime and punishment. Sam Creed knows a lot about the shadowy sickness that underlies Shalamon Island's history. Trace the famous author's research into the island and find the source of his knowledge.
We may curse heaven for our fate, but hell is a device of our own construction. The Ebony Tower. #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list, 5 weeks running. We are the architects of our own destiny.
Boy, did you steal that
There's
from
no
someone?
innocence, only ignorance. Nobody could ever accuse me of empathy, of genuinely caring for people. In fact, they'd probably say that Sam Krieg is a cold son of a bitch. And they'd be right. People don't interest me. The acts of people, now those are intrinsically interesting. Particularly the consequences of those actions. Cause and effect, crime and punishment. It's every book I ever wrote and sold 1 million copies of. So what did the good folk of Kingsmith do to deserve their fate? I tell you, they were evil. Kingsmith, Solomon County, pure evil, all of it. Like a modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Nah.
Always was. From the moment the pilgrims stepped off the boat and set forth on these shores. There's a dark rot festering behind the flower print veil of the Labor Day barbecues, homecoming parades, and maple syrup. I should know. The deeper I dug, the darker the hole, the more I found. A goddamn abyss of foreshadowing. I've seen evidence of acts so cruel and demented, so twisted and sick, right out there, that people might confuse them for one of my books. And if you've read any of them, and I'm sure you have, you'd know that this place has blood on its hands, and plenty of crime to its name. I'm sure you know this one. Show a gun on the mantelpiece in the first act. Before the curtain goes down, it's going to blow someone's scrotum off.
Ah.
Upon the wicked shall fall a rain of fire and brimstone.
What are you trying to say, man? What are you trying to say? this. Grab this. And do this. Alright. Finance research. And the lovers. Right. So how do you know about this one? There. Somewhere around here. The investigation ones are a little. There's the car. What's that on the ground? I think it's. Oh, wait, we're missing a piece of information. Hang on. It's spooky scary time. There. Got it better. Are you Are you shitting me, Lucina? Good for public relations? I think you get off on connecting me with these lunatic fans. I think you're hoping I'll kill someone. Wouldn't it be wonderful to bump sakes and bump sales and get rid of me in an almost spectacular fashion? This fanatic you found is even more obsessed than the redhead in Tusala. Sure, I got information out of him, but it took everything I had not to blow his balls off. And I bet I could have gotten away with it too, Your Honor. Look at the website this man has about me. Look at this picture I had to throw in the garbage. Notice the pathetic eyes begging me to end his miserable life. I would also like to submit into evidence this goddamn fucking town. I had to abandon my car at an intersection because the gravel road, which had with the stupidest sentimental name I've ever heard, became too narrow. Oh, and thank you for the GPS, Lucina. It tried its utmost to steer me into a fiery fucking death. Oh boy. So, okay, so a fan of his had information about something here. This man is an angry person. I was kind of close. I was off by a little bit. Frisk's route back to
Quick
the
access
informant.
inventory updated.
What's this? Why is there a double GPS?
Your journey has been calculated. Please exit onto unmatched road.
Okay, that's gonna.
Bound for 200 yards and take the second exit. Prepare to turn
Going
right.
about 200 yards west.
Turn right and follow the road for 500 yards. Continue to follow the road. Prepare to turn left. Turn left now. Navigation is paused.
Gas station. There. You gotta go there. Burning west from would mean about around the gas station. It would make sense. You had to get gas.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Dead Islanders, huh? Dead Islanders, huh? Oh god. I'll never forget this, Sam. Check out my site, Sam Creed Sightings. WordPass.com. We gotta keep hitting them with the ugly truth. The ugly truth. I see what they want me to do here. I wonder if the website is even up. Oh no, you don't need to look that up, do you? You just look at the house in the background. It's this. It's this one? No. It's the red house. Yes, yes, I need a passcode. Is it still loading? Oh yeah, we're gonna skip how to get this number, so how to go about doing it. The site still works. The one that was on the card, but in order to get through that, maybe. Boy, he is obsessed. I will admit though, the covers look awesome. Oh boy. 978 015 13 27652. What do you want? Sam Craig. History teacher, married 3 times. Left him 2 star bottom. Left him. Died of breast cancer. Writes letters to his dead wife. Loves Kashmir. Hates the Habs. Knows all about the darkness in our hearts. The Candace conspiracy buff. Dominant theme in his novel. People pulled into the abyss. Shrinking problems. Writer's block. OC. The Black House. You have info about the Black House? Built in 1974 by Carrie Kellyan. Single woman from Miami. May have spent time in Minsky. Locals didn't take kindly to her arts. Riled up rumors. Torch-bearing mob. Barred the doors and windows. The night we burned her down. Now it's a party house for the punks in Innsmouth. At Innsmouth. Frat initiation rites. Beat the fright, stay a night. No one ever does. This tells everything. Kingsmouth. A lemon island as magnet for the grimy souls. Is there any other kind? King Arthur's one of the me. Things that go bump in the mouth. Occult ambitions and the soil's turmoil fed on each other like alien corals. Like acne and depression. Perfect fit for Illuminati doctrine. Max influence. Minimum exposure. Abandoned in the flight to New York. Gone corporate. Infiltrated by communists. Island's power hasn't waned. Only feeds investors. Founded in 1798 as private boarding school. Front for something. Smuggling the devil's gifts. Funded by Russian prince. Run by the Illuminati. Rituals on every syllabus. Rebuilt in 1850 after the Great Fire. Rebuilt in 1904 after the earthquake. Rebuilt in 1967 after the explosion. Soviets wanted it back. The most feared track and field team in the state. Henderson Farm. Henderson had talent for excruciating arts. Always restless, somber, volatile, broke from occult circles to build farm. Why? Oldest son crushed in 1904. Wife's suicide, inner sorrow. Dug deeper into necromancy, thaumaturgy, Egyptian rites. Both daughters died. Entered madness and melancholy. Exit with razor. In other words, he died. He killed himself with a razor. Blue Ridge Mine. Built during the mining boom of the 1870s. Machines greased with blood. Flicked with the Wabaki. They had socialist sympathies. Mine was shut down. Reopened in the 1970s. Foreman shot the shaman. Protesters jailed. Land soloed to third party. Unable to trace. Could be Soviet. Recently started quarrying at the start. Soil is light skin. No limit to how deep our nails can dig. My main magnet, Nathaniel Winter, bought the Henderson farm in the late 1970s. Wanted to build an amusement park. Front for Soviet missile base? No. Henderson's dark legacy and Henderson's blood soaking in the soil. Winter fast-tracked his permits, money and connecting, and pushed through all the red tape and resistance bent on children's music part. No, it was not This guy is obsessed with the Soviets in Russia, which has none of that has to do with anything going on here. Motel built in 1960. Shirley's Temple. Cold day in November 1986. The Little American Town Doctrine. What? 5 gifts disappear. 5 points on a pentagram. Iron Curtains. Journalists been poking around. Cold War communications base. Oh my god. Walls were known to be thin. Why don't you just... I mean, most of it is reliable until he starts going on about Soviets and Russia, and it's like... Oh! Now your entire thing is unreliable. That's the two things that annoy me, I think. Is if I'm gonna chase a conspiracy and try to get information from you, the moment you say Soviet, Russia, communist, we're done. Because no, it has nothing to do with those 3 topics. Those 3 things have nothing to do with what's going on here. If you say Egyptian, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's old Egyptian rites happening or something crazy, but come on. A horror, like terrifying events are happening that are supernatural. Has nothing to do with Russia. I'm sorry. The local conspiracy theorist, John Anderson, is an entirely American construct. His paranoias are rooted in the Cold War. His favorite author is a second-rate genre writer. His knowledge of secret societies begins and ends with information about New York. That is why the Illuminati are looking for this man. He fled the island soon after his meeting with Krieg, because he knew they would come. One man's informant is another man's bane, is another man's commodity. If the Illuminati really wish to find this man, they need look no further than a locked room in a nameless town inhabited by muted monks. It is amazing how far silence could go in getting a man to tell you everything he knows. I mean, anyway. It's just... I have a iffy thing about conspiracy stuff. It's like... Because you can never tell if someone's being genuine or it's just somebody rambling for... You can never tell. The worst part is, the thing is, I do not like conspiracies. I like supernatural conspiracies, though. I don't mind like supernatural conspiracies, but politics I hate. Because it's just people rambling on and on about things that's just like, we don't care. You're not interesting. You're not. Alright, creepy music time. So I gotta use the bathroom. Quick. It's like the dragon said, it's like his conspiracies begin and end in New York, and that was it. It's like everything else he said was completely like, no, we don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.